Welcome to The Debrief, where we talk with the Washington Examiner's top journalists about the headlines they're covering this week and where the story's going next. I'm Sarah Westwood, and I'm here today with senior editor David Mark. David, let's talk about gun control. You know, the Uvalde shooting, the tragic massacre there, we're about a week or more now out from it. Is there still momentum behind gun control on Capitol Hill, or is that already starting to fizz?
We will find out. On Thursday, the House Judiciary Committee was pushing through a bunch of big gun control bills that Democrats want. Assault weapons ban or a version of it, limiting on ammunition, a bunch of other things. The real action, though, is in the Senate, where you do have Democratic and Republican senators who are talking about this. And it seems like they may have some common ground on a red flag law, which would allow police to get in front of people and temporarily stop them from buying guns if they were suspicious. But we're not going to get anything major that Democrats would want. It's not going to go beyond what Republicans are willing to do, but there does seem to be some momentum.
Biden and Democrats, they sort of seem to be hoping that this gun issue and pushing for these more aggressive policies on gun control can motivate their base and fire up the base. But do you think there's a potential that that could backfire and Biden could be potentially setting the base up for disappointment if they don't get action on those more aggressive items?
Well, it works a couple ways. One, gun control has been a political loser for Democrats for 20 plus years now. It's the reason, even when they've had the full majorities, whether it was under President Joe Biden or President Barack Obama, they didn't do anything about it. It's not where a lot of the country is, and they know how many elections they've lost because of it. However, this time you do have the liberal activist base who is pushing hard for this and saying, you really have to do it. There's a whole bunch of other issues they're pushing like that, though. Student loan forgiveness and police reform, whatnot. So far, they have not gotten their way. So all they can really do is yell and scream. They don't have the numbers to actually get the policies they want.
This morning you said that the Pennsylvania Senate race is weird on both sides.
Yes.
So let's start with the Republican side. Why is that so weird right now?
Well, we're more than a week out, actually a couple weeks out from primary day, and the two top finishers, Dr. Oz, the famous television doctor who former President Donald Trump is backed, and his main rival, David McCormick, a wealthy hedge fund former executive, are almost tied. Oz is ahead by just a few hundred votes out of hundreds of thousands cast. There's a big fight over mail ballots, so we may not see a winner on that for weeks to come. In the meantime, the Democratic nominee, Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman, has been held up because of health reasons. He had a stroke-like condition actually just before primary night. He was in the hospital. He had a pacemaker inserted. So not the way you really want to start a campaign. Of course, Republicans have to be kind of careful how they go after this, because you don't want to just create sympathy for the guy. You don't want to look like a terrible human. So it's a race that's really in kind of a state of stasis right now. It's not going anywhere.
Is there still spending going on in that race? I mean, is there any movement, or is everybody sort of treading water right now?
It's really these outside groups, super PACs, who are spending to a degree, but Democrats don't know who to go after. It's kind of a waste of money to run ads against the candidate who may not even be the nominee. And Republicans, as mentioned, have to be a little careful how they go after Fetterman, even if it has nothing to do with his health condition. It doesn't exactly look like great sportsmanship to go after somebody when he's been in the hospital just recently.
Right. Well, David, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
You can get more reporting from David and the rest of the political team at washingtonexaminer.com.